All right, let's talk about Minecraft. To millions of people, it's just Minecraft, right? The iconic game with the blocks and the creepers. But maybe you've tried to play with a friend who's on a different console and it just wouldn't work. Or you watched a YouTube tutorial that just failed. If that's ever happened to you, you've stumbled upon one of the most fascinating divides in all of gaming. So today, we're going to dive deep into this.
So let's start with that big question. Isn't Minecraft just one game? And the simple, surprising answer is no, not really. I mean, they look almost identical, but there are actually two fundamentally different versions of Minecraft running around out there. And today, we're going to break down exactly what separates them, why they're so different, and most importantly, which one is right for you.
You see, to really get this, we have to go back in time, all the way back to the beginning. The whole reason we even have two versions of Minecraft today comes down to the game's history and really one single critical decision that basically created two parallel universes. And here's where it all started. The original Minecraft, born back in 2009, was a passion project written for PCs in the Java programming language. But then it just exploded. Everybody wanted to play it on their phones. The problem? Phones back then just couldn't handle the Java version. So in 2011, a totally separate version called Pocket Edition was built from scratch in a different language. By 2017, that new version had grown to include consoles and was officially renamed Bedrock Edition. And just like that, the two separate universes were born.
In this right here, this is the root cause of every single difference we're about to talk about. It all comes down to the code. Java Edition, the original recipe, uses Java. It's a language that's famous for being able to run on pretty much any computer. But that flexibility, it comes with a bit of a performance cost. Bedrock, on the other hand, was rebuilt from the ground up in C++. This was a game changer. C++ gives developers way more direct control over the hardware, which was the whole point. They needed it to run efficiently on everything from a powerful Xbox down to a simple smartphone. So a simple choice of programming language, how much does that really affect you, the player? Well, it turns out a lot. That single decision created these huge ripple effects, and the first place you'll feel it is in the player ecosystem, who you can play with, and how the game actually performs.
And this brings us to Bedrock's single biggest advantage, crossplay. It's huge. Because it was designed from day one to be the one version for all devices. You can be on your Xbox, playing with your friend on their Switch, and another friend who's on their phone, all in the same world. It's seamless. Java players, though, they're kind of in their own bubble. They can only play with other people on a computer running Java. So honestly, what your friends are playing on is probably going to be a massive factor in your decision.
The differences don't stop there. How you join an online world is also completely different. Java Edition is kind of like the Wild West of servers, in a good way. It's this open, community-driven world where you find a server's IP address, you type it in, and you connect. This has led to an unbelievable variety of custom games and experiences. Bedrock is all about safety and simplicity. You get a nice, clean list of official, Microsoft-approved servers to choose from. It's definitely more user-friendly, especially for families, but you just don't get that same infinite variety you find on Java.
All right, now for what might be the biggest divide of them all. How you customize your game. Because that core code difference we talked about, it created two totally different philosophies and economies around player-created content.
Yeah, if you talk to any longtime Java player, you'll hear this a lot. It's known as a modder's paradise, and that's because its code has always been more open, more accessible to the community. For years, players have been creating and sharing these incredible modifications, or mods, for free, which has turned the game into this infinite creative playground.
And this table really shows you the massive gap between the two. Java mods are almost always free, passion projects. They can literally rewrite the game's code, adding new dimensions, new magic systems, you name it. And anyone can make one. Bedrock has add-ons, which are much more limited. They're sold on an official, centralized marketplace by creators who have to be approved. They're great for changing how things look or behave, but they just can't dig into the game's core like a Java mod can. It's really the difference between a grassroots hobby scene and a polished, commercial storefront.
Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. For all you technical players out there, this is for you. Because of their completely separate development, some of the in-game mechanics are subtly and, let's be honest, sometimes frustratingly different. This is the exact reason why that cool redstone contraption you saw on YouTube might totally fail in your world.
The number one reason for that is this weird little thing called quasi-connectivity. And what's so fascinating is that it was originally just a bug in the Java code. But over time, the technical community didn't just accept it, they embraced it. They built these insanely complex machines that completely rely on this quirky behavior. It's the perfect example of a bug becoming a core feature. But here's the massive catch. Bedrock doesn't have it. When the developers rewrote the game in C++, they essentially fixed this bug, designing a redstone system that was, more predictable. The result? A huge mechanical divide. A complex redstone build from Java will almost certainly not work in Bedrock, and the other way around. They're just not compatible.
And the differences don't just stop at redstone. There are other little things that change the entire feel of the game. For example, combat. Java has a more strategic system with an attack cooldown. Bedrock is more of a frantic, spam-clicking fight. That ultra-challenging hardcore mode, where one death means your world is gone forever, that's only in Java. Even something as simple as holding an item in your offhand is different. In Java, you can hold anything, but in Bedrock, it's limited to just a few items like maps or arrows.
So, after all of that, the million-dollar question remains. Which one should you play? We've talked about the code, the community, the servers, the quirks. Now let's put it all together and figure out which Minecraft world is yours.
Honestly, it really just comes down to what kind of player you are. Are you a technical creator? Someone who loves building complex redstone machines or getting lost in game-changing mods? Then yeah, Java Edition is without a doubt for you. But what if you're more of a social gamer? Your main goal is just to have fun with friends, no matter what console they're on. Then Bedrock Edition is the clear winner. And for the casual builder, Bedrock is usually the way to go since it's more optimized, unless you have a beast of a PC and want to use Java mods to make the game look absolutely breathtaking.
So here it is, the final showdown, all in one place. Think of Java Edition as the ultimate version for PC enthusiasts. People want deep technical play and unmatched creative freedom through mods. And think of Bedrock Edition as the version for everyone. It's built for accessibility, for families, and for its absolute killer feature, playing seamlessly with all your friends on any device.
But it's so important to remember that one isn't better than the other. They're just different. They are two brilliant solutions to the same challenge. How do you bring this incredible game to as many people as possible? One version serves the hardcore technical community that started it all, and the other serves the massive global audience on every platform imaginable. The fact that they both exist is their greatest strength.
At the end of the day, they both share the same soul, the same blocky sunsets, the same infinite worlds. But they're tailored for two fundamentally different journeys. The real choice isn't about which version of Minecraft is superior, but which version of Minecraft is yours. So, which world will you choose to build?